Welcome back. So today we have a very special video, and it's no coincidence that it's out on the 15th of March because it's actually the birthday of Ichigo, who is my favorite anime character. And a few years ago I made a fan art of her, which you'll see on screen right now. It wasn't the best, and honestly I'm surprised at the little amount of effort I put in it. So today we are going to look at the upgraded 2025 version. To give you a little information about this character, her name is Hoshimiya Ichigo, and she's the main character of the anime Aikatsu, which is just an abbreviation of idol katsudo, or idol activity. And obviously from the name you can understand that it's an anime about idols, where you basically follow Ichigo's journey from being just a student at Starlight Academy to then going on to be the top idol. Before this first session, I was on Pinterest looking at all the Ichigo fan art I have saved and studying all the little details about them to make sure that this illustration looked good. That's right, I studied for this video, okay? That is how much I love Ichigo. Now the question is, did it pay off? Absolutely not. Oh my god, the line art process was actual torture. I want you to take a guess right now on how long it took me to do the line art alone. It was 3 hours. It took me 3 hours. And if you don't believe me, you can look at the time in the bottom right corner in this entire recording. And in my defense, my current art style is literally all grayscale art that focuses on shading instead of the line art. So either I'm drawing on my laptop and focusing a lot on the shading, like this illustration, or I'm drawing on my iPad where I like the illustration to have a sketchy and unfinished look to it, like this one. I'm not used to making line art at all, and it showed. So moving on, about this specific outfit, there are so many details and accessories, and I'm actually very proud of myself that I did all of them, even if they took a long time. Like the chain on her skirt, for example. It looked way more edgy than the reference, but it still looked good in my opinion. And also in the reference, Ichigo had a cat keychain on it, but I decided to practice my free will and make it into my own logo instead, because I can. Then we have a few more accessories, and then I erased all the overlapping lines, and then we were done with the first session. After it, I spent way too long looking at it and picking all the mistakes, so in the second session I drew some things that were missing, and also I redid some things. Like her eyes, for example. Because I'm so used to drawing my OCs, that translated a lot into this illustration, which made her seem a lot more cold than I like, so I tried to make the eye look a bit more open, like she actually has some life in her and she's not depressed. And I also lowered her bangs a bit, and then I started on the base colors. Also, another thing that I did differently during this coloring process is that I usually color one section and then erase everything that is outside of the lines of it. But to not waste time in this illustration, because I already wasted so much on the line art, I decided to keep some of the stuff because I know that in a few moments I'm going to draw over them with another color, so there's no point of erasing it because it's going to be covered up, which made the process a bit stressful because I keep seeing colors outside of the lines and I'm like I really want to erase it, but obviously there's no point into erasing it, so I just let it be. And then as the coloring went on, I think things were looking a bit more up, thankfully. So then we are skipping to the shading process. I started on her skin, which was a bit rough at the start because I was indecisive about the style of shading I should choose. But I guess I picked out a very simple one in the end. And also, I experimented a bit with this cutesy art style, especially when coloring her face, which is not my style at all, like you just saw, but I think I did a good job with it. There are a lot of pieces that have different materials, so I wanted to make sure that they didn't just all blend into one. So for example, any shiny fabric should look shiny, and any rough or matte fabric should look rough. It's a bit difficult to explain, but hopefully you can understand it by looking at the illustration. Now this outfit is pretty rock inspired. Even Ichigo performed the rock version of Idol Activity wearing it when she came back from America. So I wanted to keep that aesthetic very prominent in the illustration. There were lots of metallics in this outfit, and weirdly enough, drawing metal and silver was actually pretty easy. Legit just some light and dark, and there you go, you have it. Then I colored my logo in, and I'll be completely honest, this version looks way better than my actual logo. I don't know what happened, but goddamn, this actually looks really good. I don't know how I managed to do it this good. Like, this is probably my favorite part about the entire illustration, which makes me seem a bit biased, but I don't care. Then we have the skirt, which I literally remember when I drew that old fan art, I also had a hard time with it as well, because it's so random. So for this one, I placed the dots around just to make sure the placement was good, and then I colored them differently. And also a cool trick I did was duplicate the layer and add a Gaussian blur to it, which gave it this blurry effect. And to stay true to the 2020 version, I wrote rock on the skirt instead of the original text, and then I started working on a very simple background. I didn't want it to have too much stuff and take away from the outfit, and it's totally not because I can't draw backgrounds, guys. That's totally not the reason. Anyways, here are some close-up shots of the illustration, because I have no clue if the quality of the screen recording is doing it justice or not. However, I promise it looks good on my laptop. So here we have the two versions next to each other, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but the older version looks much happier, which is why I'm not hating on it that much right now. The old version makes Ichigo look like she's on stage right now and she's enjoying herself, while the new version looks like Ichigo is, I don't know, posing for a photo shoot or something. Again, this is probably just my art style conflicting with Ichigo's aesthetic, because she's really upbeat and energetic, while I usually draw people who are more cold and dark. But overall, I think I improved a lot since 2020. So let me know what you think of this new version, and thank you for watching.